Hey everyone, and welcome back for another deep dive with us.
Glad to be here.
Today we're diving into a topic that I think is on a lot of marketers' minds these days,
Right.
and that is how is AI changing the landscape of creativity in marketing?
Yeah, this is a big one.
It is a big one.
Yeah.
And to help us unpack this, we're going to be looking at an article from Anthony J. James on LinkedIn. It's called 6 Ways AI Will Redefine Creativity in Marketing.
Great article.
And just to give a little bit of context about Anthony J. James, we have a little snippet here from Curiosity and Innovation.
Yeah.
And it says that he's had a career spanning 20 years working with brands like Nike, Google, and Apple.
Wow.
Yeah.
He
So
knows what he's talking about.
he definitely knows this stuff. And I think one of the things that really struck me as I was reading this article was that,
Yeah.
there's this kind of this fear that AI is going to come in and replace all
Yeah.
the marketers and, the robots are going to be writing all the ad copy.
Yeah. Take our jobs.
Yeah, exactly. But Anthony J. James really makes the point that AI is not here to replace creativity. It's here to accelerate it,
Right.
which I thought was really interesting.
It is. I think, when I first started reading about AI in marketing, I was also a little bit,
Yeah.
like, oh no, like, is this the end for me?
Right, right.
But, one of the things that James really emphasizes is that AI can actually free us up to be more creative
Yeah,
by taking on those really time-consuming, repetitive tasks.
right.
So things like resizing images, A/B testing, pulling data insights.
Yeah, all that stuff that takes hours and hours.
Exactly. And can do it in seconds.
Right.
So that leaves us humans,
Yeah.
the marketers, to focus on what we're really good at,
Okay.
which is, that big picture thinking, crafting the stories, shaping the brand voice.
So it's kind of like AI can handle all of the busy work,
Mm-hmm.
and then we as the creatives get to come in and really do what humans do best.
Exactly.
Okay, I like that. I like that a lot. So instead of like fearing AI, we should be thinking about how can we use this
Mm-hmm.
to be even better at our jobs.
Exactly. And there are some really mind-blowing tools out there, like Adobe Firefly and Deli 2.
Yeah, I've heard of those.
They can generate like thousands of visual and text variations in seconds.
Whoa.
It would take humans days or even weeks to do that.
Yeah, so we're talking about like hyper-personalization at a scale we've never seen before.
Absolutely. Like imagine you're running a campaign for a new line of athletic wear.
Okay.
With AI, you could generate unique visuals and ad copy for each customer segment.
Okay.
So runners, yogis, weightlifters.
Wow.
You could even tailor it further based on their past purchase history or browsing behavior.
It's like having a personal creative team for every single customer.
It is. That's wild.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. But I think it's important to acknowledge that, with all of this automation,
Right.
there is a risk of losing that authentic human touch.
Yeah, that's what I was, as cool as this all sounds.
Right. Does it become too robotic?
Yeah. And I think James actually addresses that in the article.
Okay.
He says, AI should handle the repetitive tasks,
Okay.
leaving human marketers to focus on strategy and storytelling,
I like that.
where human ingenuity shines.
Okay. So it's about finding that balance.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
Letting AI enhance our strengths, not replace them.
I love that. Now, this is where it gets really interesting for me because James talks about personalization taking a quantum leap with AI, but I need a real world example.
Okay, sure.
Can you give me an example of how this actually works?
Yeah, so think about Netflix's recommendation engine.
Oh, yeah, okay.
It's powered by AI that analyzes millions of data points,
Right.
like what you watch, when you watch, what you pause, what you rewind.
Mm-hmm.
And then it uses that information to predict what you'll enjoy next.
And sometimes it's scary accurate.
It is. Like,
How do they know that?
right, well, that's AI at work,
Wow.
creating that personalized experience that keeps you engaged.
Okay, so it's not just about like, suggesting movies in the same genre.
Right.
It's really understanding
It's understanding you.
my behavior.
Exactly.
Wow.
And that's what James means when he says the more personalized the experience, the stronger the connection.
It makes sense. Like, we all love feeling like we're being spoken to directly.
Mm-hmm.
Like a brand gets us.
Yeah, you feel understood.
Exactly.
And AI allows us to achieve that level of personalization on a massive scale.
Okay.
It's no longer about blasting out generic messages.
Right.
We can now create highly targeted, individualized content
Wow.
that resonates with each customer on a personal level.
Okay, so this is all sounding really exciting.
Yeah.
But I know that no innovation comes without its challenges, right?
Right, of course.
So what are some of the hurdles that we need to be aware of as we start to integrate AI into our creative processes?
Well, James highlights a few key challenges in his article.
Okay.
One is the risk of what he calls creativity overload. So when you can generate thousands of ideas in seconds, it can be overwhelming to filter through them all and select the best ones.
Right. It's like having too many options.
Exactly. We need to develop strong, critical thinking skills
Okay.
to avoid getting lost in a sea of options.
So it's not just about like, you know, AI spitting out all these ideas.
Right.
We have to be discerning.
We do.
Oh.
And we also have to be careful not to become overly reliant on AI.
Okay.
You know, we need to make sure we're still flexing our own creative muscles
Right.
and not letting the machines do all the thinking for us.
It's like relying on a GPS for every single trip.
Yeah.
Eventually, we forget how to read a map.
Exactly.
Okay, I see what you mean.
And this brings us back to James's central question.
Okay.
How do we ensure AI enhances rather than replaces
Okay.
the human element in marketing?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it?
It is.
How do we find that sweet spot where AI is helping us,
Right.
but not making us lazy?
Exactly. And I think that's what we're going to be exploring further
Yeah.
as we continue this deep dive.
I'm excited to dive in.
Yeah, me too.
So what are some of the things that James suggests we can do to make sure that we're using AI effectively?
Well, he suggests focusing on developing a blend of technical and creative skills.
Okay.
So first, data literacy is going to be crucial.
Okay.
You know, we need to understand how AI algorithms work and how to interpret the insights they generate.
So it's not enough to just push buttons. We
Right.
need to understand what's happening behind the scenes.
Absolutely.
Okay.
But we also need strong, creative problem-solving skills
Okay.
to go beyond what AI can generate.
So we take those AI insights
Right.
and then we get to be creative with them.
We do.
Okay.
And turn them into, truly innovative and engaging campaigns.
So we're kind of like the chefs.
Yes.
And AI is giving us all the ingredients.
Exactly.
Okay. I like that.
Yeah, and let's not forget emotional intelligence.
Oh, that's a good one.
Even in a world dominated by data and algorithms, it's still human beings we're trying to connect with.
Right. At the end of the day, people buy from people.
They do.
So we can't forget that.
We can't.
Okay.
And then finally, we need agility,
Okay.
the ability to adapt quickly
Uh-huh.
as AI tools and trends evolve.
Because this stuff is changing so fast.
It's constantly changing.
Right.
So we need to be lifelong learners.
So it's not even just about learning new skills. It's about having this mindset of like constantly learning and evolving.
Absolutely.
Okay. Wow.
It's a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot to take in, but it's also really exciting.
It is.
Because it feels like we're on the cusp of something
We are.
really big here.
We are.
So what does the future hold for creativity and marketing?
Well, Giles paints a pretty incredible picture.
Okay, let's hear it.
He predicts AI will democratize creativity.
Okay.
So giving smaller teams and individuals access to tools and resources that were previously only available to big corporations.
Wow, so it levels the playing field.
It does. It could really level the playing field.
That's amazing.
Yeah. And he also envisions AI enhancing collaboration.
Okay.
So making it easier for global teams to work together seamlessly.
So like brainstorming sessions with people all over the world.
Exactly.
Powered by AI.
Exactly.
Whoa.
Yeah, the possibilities are pretty endless.
It's exhilarating and a little bit scary
I know.
at the same time.
It is a little bit daunting.
Right. Like it's exciting, but also a little bit like, whoa, what does this all mean
Right.
for me as a marketer?
Right. And I think that's what makes this such an exciting time to be in this field.
Yeah.
We have the opportunity to shape the future of marketing by embracing AI and harnessing its power for good.
I love that. And I think that's a perfect place to pause for today.
Sounds good.
Because we've covered a lot of ground, and I think we need a little time to process all of this.
Yes, definitely.
But before we go, we want to hear from you, our listeners.
Yes.
What are your thoughts on AI and creativity in marketing?
What are your hopes?
What are your fears?
Your concerns?
Yeah, head over to our social media